It's our 97.3 The Fan Padres Roundtable, brought to you by San Diego Roundtable Pizza. It really is pizza royalty. So how many eyebrows here were raised when Mike Shildt changed his lineup twice in 1 week? What's going on here? What do you make of the change first, to put Jackson Merrill up to the second slot when he came back, but then all of a sudden switching Luis Arraez to the leadoff spot and dropping Fernando Tatis Jr. to the fourth spot? Anyone want to take this first?
Well, why are we? I mean,
It's just unusual.
Well, it's unusual because it's Shildt, right? But again, when your offense is near the bottom of every offensive category, maybe other than batting average, and I think even there they're 18. I mean, it's not great. Look, we were after him to switch it up, try to catch a spark, try to catch lightning in a bottle a little bit, and then he does it, and you won those 2 games. Now, the offensive output was not great, but you won those 2 games. I had no problem with it. I like it. I don't like, I don't like when I see the lanes. Like we always talk about the lanes for relievers to come in. And there were a couple times this year when Shildt was asked about, hey, man, you have these lanes at the bottom that it's easy pickings for a left-hander to come in and just chew you guys up. And they did it. And I don't feel like those lanes are necessarily there anymore. I kind of like the moves. I don't know where Arraez is best suited. Benny, we asked Dino Saris today. He said 5th. And okay, I agree. I could agree with that. He doesn't use every scientific method, I think, to put that lineup out. I think there is a lot of feel there about when he runs out the lineups he does.
Paul, I think if this was Brian Snitker or Terry Francona or Rocco Baldelli, would we not really they all change their lineups way more? It's just because it's Shildt and he's so consistent with it that to do it twice in a week just made me go, wait.
Aaron Boone had like 155 lineups in 162 games. Like, it's just the way baseball is nowadays. So I guess we're just not used to seeing it here in San Diego. I would just have to assume that there were a lot of conversations happening, and we all kind of agreed this morning when we talked about it that it sounds like it was something to try to get Luis Arraez going. Like,
that's what I thought.
You're confident in Fernando, whether he's batting first, second, 8th, that he's going to be Fernando and he's going to give you the same approach at the plate every single time. So if this is a way to get a Luis Arraez going, I mean, obviously it's only 1 game. Went 3 for 4. It worked out pretty well. Now, nobody else on the team could hit yesterday, which is another problem. But you got to, I don't know that this team wins without Luis Arraez getting back to the Luis Arraez that we've come to know and appreciate over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Braden, the the analytics say that Luis Arraez probably should be batting lower in the order, but it's human nature. The Padres played their best baseball maybe like in franchise history in the second half of last year, and they did it with Luis Arraez in the leadoff spot. It was almost stubborn not to at least try it until halfway through the season. I think it was game 80 that they finally tried Luis Arraez back in the leadoff spot.
I agree with you guys. I think they're trying to get him right. I mean, I think Mike is trying to get his core 6, as Kevin Acee has coined it, right in certain ways and moving different guys into different spots, because the reality is until the trade deadline where you add depth and make any moves, you knew going into the season those 6 were going to be their success was going to be the team's success. And if they're not all hitting or firing all cylinders, or at least half of them, it's a problem for the Padres. So Luis Arraez off to one of his worst offensive starts in his career. I mean, still hitting over 280, which is super cool, but for Luis Arraez, it's like hitting 220. So whatever gets him right, I'm cool with. I mean, and here's the thing, and Woods and I agree on the lineup of Fernando and Merrill and Manny and Arraez. Honestly, those 4 guys just need to be in the top 4 spots, and you're probably going to have success. Yeah. I don't really care which way he does it.
Agreed.
Don't necessarily know if I want Manny batting leadoff ever, but you know what? If you want to mix it up to try to get guys hot, sounds good. This is the time to do it.
You saw it kind of fall apart in the playoffs last year a little bit with the offense, and Shildt did not make a move. Gonna run it out there again, and you have to be. I actually like to see a little flexibility from the skipper, letting me know, hey man, if this isn't getting the job done, we might have to switch it up a little bit. So I'm cool with it. I don't, it doesn't. For years, all I heard was we got to need a consistent lineup.
Yes.
We got to have a consistent lineup. And
Then you have a
God's
consistent
sakes, we had a
lineup.
consistent lineup, and they didn't do anything. And everyone's like, why are you switching the lineup? Like,
Why
everyone needs to figure it out. Figure out what you want.
Why is
Thank
Andy
you,
Green
Wade.
switching the lineup every day?
Yeah,
They can't get used
every
to their
day.
spots.
Oh, the guy's uncomfortable. He's hitting 3, and then next day he's hitting 4, and these guys, they can't get
Whole
right.
approach changes.
Now,
So
Mike,
then he runs out the same lineup for 79 games, and everyone's like, what is he doing?
come on, man, you got to
idiot?
keep it fresh. These guys have open minds.
Is
They gotta-
he asleep? What's he doing?
Yeah, the moral of the story is fans and radio hosts will find something to complain about no matter what, which means Mike Schilt is, he knows he can never win. Totally.
We're not all fortunate enough to throw 3 MVPs at the top and just say, all right, the rest of you guys better get your ass together and we'll figure it out. But I don't mind the jigger of the lineup. I don't mind when he does it every day. I really wouldn't. It doesn't bother me. The guys in the lineup, they have to produce, period. Tatis needs to play like the superstar he is. Manny needs to play like the superstar he is. Xander was coming around. I'm so bummed to see him get hurt. Luis Ariz needs to play like the superstar he is capable of being. Gavin Sheets is like a revelation. So I don't need him to be a superstar. I need him to just stay as consistent as possible. Crony, stay consistent, right? But those superstars have to superstar or we're going nowhere, no matter where they hit.
I think a little bit of this, I agree with, in general, with everything that you guys are talking about. But what I said earlier, the fact that they keep winning these games that we think they kind of have to win might be masking a bigger issue. This is the issue I'm honestly referring to. They aren't hitting and they haven't hit. And it's pretty clear now to me that they are admitting this finally to themselves. And so they've changed the lineup twice. I don't think it matters where they hit. And I don't care which one they do ultimately choose, as long as they find something that starts to work. And if they don't find something that starts to work, they're going to be in a load of trouble, I feel, and I think they know it. So I think that's where this lineup change is all coming from.
I will add that Eno thought that Xander Bogaerts or even Jake Cronenworth would be legitimate options to top the order and then follow that up with guys like Manny, Tatis, Merrill, and Ariz in the next 4. Matt?
See, I don't think it's crazy to put Xander at the top, because if Xander gets on base, he can walk, and when he gets on base, he steals bases.
He puts together some pretty good at bats. He runs up some pitch counts.
His ABs lately have been outstanding.
I wouldn't mind to see him at the top spot, because when he gets on base, he could run the bases. Luis Ariz gets on base. I've seen it a couple times the last few weeks.
First game, Xander goes 0 for 4.
I don't care.
They're going to blow up your chat, and you're going to start whining.
I was just going to say, what a change in tone in like 2 weeks.
I said this. I said this like 3 weeks ago when we were talking. You were there.
Hey, he steals a lot of bags.
I did get caught finally, 13 out of 14 now. But anyway, that's the lineup.